Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see here. Let me see who was. Oh, why did I do that? There we go. That's for today. And then that was yesterday. All right. I got that problem worked out I had yesterday. Um, for some reason, my computer did like a massive reset of everything. So things that I was normally logged into, I was logged out of. And so things that would be right there at my fingertips, I had to log back into everything. And when I got logged out of StreamYard, well, you can guess what happened. So anyway, I got it fixed now. And and we're all good. Fancy, fancy. Thank you so much for being first. I don't know how you do it almost every day. Hello, Carmen's Place Beauty, Helen Marmon, Mary H., Gwendolyn Daniels, Ispy, and Joyce Anderson. Who else is here? Well, a bunch of other people. How about that? Let's get on with it, shall we? Gosh, we had so much fun yesterday. Thank you very much. Stephen wants to be the first to say Happy International Women's Day to all the women in the squad. Yes, and we shouldn't neglect the women that are outside of the squad. we, we really shouldn't do that. We like to be all inclusive. So, am I starting already? We like to be all inclusive. So, here's to recognizing a woman outside of the squad. Um, Someone who has had to really fight and claw her way to the top. Um, there's so much more I could add to that, but I'm but in the spirit of good taste, I'm just gonna get back to work, okay? Never mind. But oh, okay, okay. I tell you, away from this channel, I am a hoot and a half. But I have always tried to maintain a rather impressive level of decorum and respectability, which is why I usually don't drink in mixed company. So, as we were then, right? All right, on with the work. So, Meghan Sussex, I'm getting used to saying that. I'm getting used to saying it. And you know what? I think it just makes so much sense to just leave it at that. Meghan Sussex. Um, Obviously, it's something that they floated around and they thought that it would, you know, satisfy a lot of things, including the unity of the Sussex family itself. I'm all for it. Now, International Women's Day, not to be confused with Women's History Month, but March has always been a month for women, and I would think that also includes the suffrage movement. Wasn't month of March? I'm sorry, the month of March very important to the suffrage movement. I cannot recall why, but yeah. So again, happy International Women's History Day. Now, celebrating Women's History Day, Harry and Meghan, of course, if you go to their website, go to sussex.com, you will see that they are recognizing four very powerful, very important, influential women, especially in the world of tech. Um, Let me make sure I get this correct. That is Sophia Noble. And we have Nabiha Saeed. Also, we have Dr. Alondra Nelson. I know y'all remember her. She was amazing when they oh, wait a minute. I think I got this out of order. Wait, nope. I'm sorry. That is Alondra Nelson. Yes, I'm sorry. I got that out of order. I skipped past this one here. This slide, that is. Dr. Joyce Balama Weenie. Okay. And so these are women that have been recognized by Archwell. So if we go back to this one, it says, today marks International Women's Day, a time to celebrate all women and recognize their incredible impact on our lives. At the Archwell Foundation, we are proud to uplift women around the world who inspire us every day and drive meaningful change in their community. As the Archwell Foundation is focused on building a better, safer online world, today we are highlighting four incredible women who have made significant strides at the intersection of technology and civil rights. The annual recipient of the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award. So go back here. Oh, there we go. I'll leave it there for the time being. So, Dr. Sophia Noble. Let's go to Dr. Sophia Noble. Dr. Sophia Noble is the author, professor, and scholar we well know for her work on algorithm bias and digital ethics and her best-selling book, Algorithm of Oppression: How Search Engines Reinforce Racism. Dr. Noble received inaugural NAACP Archwell Digital Rights Award in 2022 for her work as the co-founder of the faculty director of the UCLA Center for Critical Internet Inquiry, demonstrating leadership and innovation to create a more inclusive digital society. Her research continues to explore the way algorithm and digital platforms contribute to injustice. If you guys remember, I said some time ago, when you do your search, when it takes you to that AI, which is the first thing that you scroll to, is the AI, right? It's right there. Don't stay there. Scroll down and get at least 3 more examples. Go to the ones that you think are, let's say, a safe resource, like a particular newspaper or magazine, or a quote from a publication that you're familiar with. But do at least 3, because I have found mistakes with the algorithm. And the algorithm is based on the language, the history, the web searches, everything that we use every day that is not the algorithm. And as they say, if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. And there's also the ability to manipulate certain things within the algorithm. If you are a person of color, male, female, whatever your race is, and even if you're not a person of color, hear me when I say this. There is the potential for people to misrepresent and misuse the algorithm. It's not a just and fair and unbiased search. I always have people jump down my throat. Oh, you can't believe everything that you see on the Wikipedia. I'm just going to tell you, I do a very, 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 very small monthly donation to Wikipedia. Very small. And yes, I have seen mistakes there, which is the point. There's mistakes all over the place. And some of these things that are in error are put there on purpose. So we all have to be vigilant. That's why I say try to find at least 3 sources. Just like I told you guys before the premiere of WithLoveMeghan, I saw at least one publication who said it was on the 3rd and not the 4th. I didn't imagine that. I saw that. Not a big deal, but that's just a small example that sometimes these things are incorrect. Okay, got 3 more to go. And of course, Nabiha Saeed. She's the 2023 recipient. I'm sorry, I keep saying Nabiha Saeed, former CEO of The Markup, a nonprofit news organization investigating the impact of technology on society focused on the impact of technology, democracy, and free speech. During her time practicing law, Saeed was known for her contribution to responsible journalism and press freedom. Today, Saeed now serves as the executive director of the Mozilla Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to keeping the internet free, safe, and reliable to all. Free, safe, and reliable. Okay? Free, safe, and reliable. I like that. That's very important. And then that takes me to one of my favorites. When she received her award back in 2024, Harry and Meghan went. What do you guys remember that when they went walking down the hallway to surprise her? That was one of my favorites. But and she did this like happy dance that was out of sight. Dr. Joy Balama Weenie, 2024 recipient, founded the Algorithmic Justice League, an organization dedicated to combating racial bias and artificial intelligence platforms. She is known for her groundbreaking work unveiling discriminatory practices within AI facial recognition technology. Dr. Baulami Weenie continues to work to ensure AI technology serves all communities fairly. And lastly, Dr. Alondra Nelson. She's the 2025 recipient. I didn't realize that they have given out 4 of these awards already. These are from the NAACP and Archwell. This is Harry and Meghan's foundation investing in all of our futures. So, Dr. Alondra Nelson is a policy advisor who previously served as director of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, where she oversaw the blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights, a historic guide that ensures tech policy safeguards civil rights. In 2023, Dr. Nelson was appointed by United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the UN High-Level Advisory Body on Artificial Intelligence, where she helped shape international AI governance. So there you go. Those are the people that Harry and Meghan wanted to make sure that we recognized on International Women's Day. They are just so responsible. They wanted to celebrate these 4 recipients of the NAACP Archwell Award. So I am going to give them some applause because I think they are fantastic. I'm not afraid of AI as much as I'm afraid of the people behind AI. So, anyway, let's do that applause and then we'll move on. Okay. All right. See what I'm saying, guys? If you're supporting Harry and Meghan, you are on the right side of history because this thing with the AI is something that will affect all of us. It will affect all of us, especially people of color, because most of the people that are working on this technology, they don't look like us. They not like us. Dun 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 dun. So if they're not like us, they don't have us in mind. One of the best examples of what I'm speaking of has to do with the way a camera proceeds, or actually, the way a camera or camera film would read the tone of a person of color. Um, Oprah Winfrey had to bring in a special lighting person to her show because she wanted to make sure that she looked more alive and human on television. Sears Catalog was one of the first companies that complained to the camera film manufacturers about this issue because the wooden furniture that you would see in the Sears catalog, the colors were way off. And the reason why is and you guys could look this up if you like. You can look this up. The reason why the colors were off is because the camera wasn't designed with black people in mind. The film, if you look at a lot of the old photos and you see how bad the skin tone of people that you know and love looks on film or in that photo, is not just because it was an old photo. It's not just because it was an old camera. It's because they did not really care to make sure that black people looked proper in photos. And it was actually furniture, not people, that had them go back to the laboratory and work that out. But they did. But black people always, especially when color television first came out, we always looked very strange, very strange. Our features were not, being lifted off of the screen or onto the film because they just didn't care. Although, when they developed film and cameras back in the old days, they were very quick to make sure that white people filmed properly. So you look that up if you want to. That's why this is very important. And yes, it is Saturday night, and you could be any place and doing anything. But these are things that I feel we all need to know. So I thank you for taking the time to hear me out. But it's very, very important. Too many times, people of color are being left out of some of the technology that they help create, that they help fund. And this is a message that goes out to everyone. The sun does not ask permission to shine, and neither do I. Okay? If the sun doesn't ask for permission to shine, you shouldn't either. You don't need to ask for permission to shine. Just do it. Do it. It's your destiny. Do it. Shine. Don't, as they say, dance like nobody's watching. If you dance like nobody's watching, you will have more fun in life. You will be more respected. And you will definitely be more empowered. Dance like nobody's watching. don't forget to shine. And if there's any lesson that we learned from this week with the final premiere of With Love Megan, is that you should never let anybody take that shine away from you. You don't have to be 50% to please others. You really need to be yourself. That being said, let's get to the photos that Megan posted on her Instagram today. Like this photo of Megan and Doria. What a tender moment. And look at Megan. I don't know what's inside of that bag that she wants. I doubt if it's a creme brulee. I doubt if it's any of those little ladybugs sandwich things that she likes. It's none of that stuff, but whatever it is a very sweet, sweet photo. And this one right here. And please tell me, do you all recognize the background that I used behind the photo there? Does anybody recognize that? Come on. Anybody? Yep, you have seen it before. I like to throw it in there every so often just for fun. Nobody? That's okay if you can. I'll tell you where you've seen it before. Okay, Marshar, which one? That's good, but which one? You gotta tell us. It's not so important. But anyway, that is a cute photo of Megan and Doria. Love that one. Ha! There we go. That's what I was looking for. Olivia Johnson. There are no prizes, but I love the answer. Megan's dress that she wore in Colombia. Yes, that was when she was speaking Spanish on the stage. Yeah, that was when she was speaking Spanish on the stage. I thought it was such a nice pattern that I actually saved it. That's one of my little hobbies is that I find interesting backgrounds for my slides. And I think that one is pretty interesting. So, yeah, that's exactly where I got it from. Is Megan speaking Spanish?
From my standpoint, how I will continue to express this, both through our foundation and through being able to move through the world, I suppose, is just looking at this as my chapter of joy. And the more that you are able to look at your life and really truly recognize that if you're going to be grateful for your life, you have to be grateful for all aspects of it. The parts that were opportunities of growth and may have felt really difficult, as well as the parts that feel inspiring, joyful, and full. And I think part of the role modeling doesn't necessarily need to be a large plan, it just needs to be an intention. And my intentionality is to enjoy this chapter and to be able to move through every piece of that as best as I can, modeling that if we are in the spirit of gratitude and of generosity, how we are able to connect with each other as women, how we are able to move through the world in a much freer way, I think is part of how we continue to create the conditions I was speaking about earlier. And you may have noticed it, my husband and I were talking about it this morning. I've just really relaxed on this trip. That's probably because it's Colombia and you all know how to have fun. But there's been something really, that's true. There's something so liberating about being able to be yourself and be comfortable in your skin and be surrounded in a space that is excited to see you exactly the way that you are. And so I think that is part of the chapter for me of joy that will hopefully continue to inspire and allow me to keep doing the work that we love to do, which is to just be of service and see other people live their lives through that same joyful spirit. Hola.
Hola. Ahí muy buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar en español. Porque estamos en su país, mi marido y yo, y puedo sentir este abrazo de Colombia y es increíble. Entonces, gracias, muchas gracias, porque la cultura, la historia, todo estaba como un sueño, este viaje. Y perdona si mi español no está perfecto, porque yo aprendí hace 20 años en Argentina. Pero estoy tratando, porque acá puedo sentir esta comunidad. Y este es el sentimiento que es lo mejor del mundo ahora. Entonces, gracias, vicepresidenta, mi amiga. Muchas gracias. Y bueno, ahora en inglés. So I will say...
Okay. I thought that was a fun flashback, but yes, so that is the I guess it's a skirt that she was wearing when she went to Colombia. And take a look there. Harry wearing oh no, you know what? I don't think that's his California hat. I think that's a different hat. But there's Meghan and Lilibet Diana Sussex. It looks like they're out on a boat, I'm guessing. Now, who knew that that was something that they would do or that they have done? But that's exactly what it is. I am so glad to know that they are having a very, very fulfilling, full life, that they're doing things. And as Harry said, there's a lot of things that I'm able to do in California that I could not do at home. And I believe that a lot of the tabloid media decided to play around with that statement and downplay what he was saying, and even I guess flat out say that he's wrong or that he's misrepresenting how life was back in Narnia. But we know it's the truth. They have been so many places that we have no clue about. They have done so much stuff that we have no clue about. And they were able to do this without the paparazzi around every corner. So much for all of that. Oh, if they think that they were having problems in other places, wait till they get to California. That is ground zero for the paparazzi, and so on and so on and so on. And it just hasn't been the case. It was a good call. It was life-saving. I believe it is what Diana wanted for them. I really do believe that the people's princess is present in their lives. Now, is present may be very spiritual for some, is present may be the thought about Diana helps to guide their decisions. Whatever being present means to you, she is present. She has been a presence, and it's been something that I believe have been a real plus. It's been a way to guide them away from harm and toward happiness. And of course, there's the other grandmother, Ardoria, the rock of the Sussex family, whose contribution, we have no idea what Doria's contribution is, but I would have to believe that she's a very stabilizing force in the family. And of course, as far as the children are concerned, probably the only person in the world that they could trust the most. Not that they don't trust other people, but that's just my thought. I mean, she's grandma. So I'm just glad to see this. Really happy to see this. Girl, dad. Girl, dad. Okay. There we go. How about this one? How about this one? Love that. Now, I could not, well, let me see. Let me take a quick look and see what Meghan wore. I don't know who the designer is. Let me see. What Meghan wore. Okay, let me see if I can find that one. Oh, wow, it's already up there. That was fast. Gosh, these people work fast. I mean, they really work fast. Okay. I will get that for you right now. I'll share it with you. I will share it with you. Give me just a second here. There we go. What Meghan wore? This is what she wore. International Women's Day. Meghan Instagram. Today, let me see. The Guyana, is it the Guyana hat or Siana? Is it Siana? That's a Cuyana. Siana, I guess. And what else do we have here? Doan is the dress. Okay. Oh no, she's got dark varnish. She has dark nail polish on her toes. That's that is a breach of protocol. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? She has dark varnish on her toes. That is a breach of protocol. Thank God they are free from all that nonsense. That's all I can say is thank God they are free from that nonsense. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Okay. And here's a little up close. Now, right there, Harry is wearing the California hat. There you can see up close. Nice. Very nice. I tell you, Meghan makes you want to throw a party, fall in love, and cook and all that other stuff. I believe that this whole lifestyle, Meghan's lifestyle show and merchandise is going to be so huge. I mean, it's big already. It's going to be so huge. By the way, did anybody watch Celibacy today? Anybody watch or listen to Celibacy today? They were on, in case you missed it. You know, I love Celibacy. But they were on, and they, kind of explored some of the hypercritical comments and articles and such that's been made all week. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'll put the link for it. Celibacy. Okay, let's go to the next one. And the hat, the California hat. Now, I purchased this one already, and apparently it is sold out now. If you want the one that Harry always wears, which is the kind of, they're all like weathered in appearance. Now, let me tell you something I didn't realize. I have not seen this photo of Harry. August 26, 2023. I don't remember this one. I'm like, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? It was in People magazine, but it is a pap photo. It is a pap photo. He was papped coming out of the gym, but I just don't remember that. It was several of them, but I just don't remember that. So I'm just like, I was looking for a photo of Harry with his California hat to, share the slide with this sold out Harry hat picture. And I did not realize that those photos even exist. I would remember those, but I don't recall those. Don't know what happened. Somehow I missed that. Let it slip by me. That doesn't happen too often. Now, you are going to love this guy. He goes by, let me see, by Don Martin. Don Martin is the name that he uses on the TikTok. And he is saying what everyone else is thinking. You know, I'm obsessed with this La Creuset cookware. I'm obsessed with it. I don't know. I just think because it's heavy, it's sturdy, you have iron, you have porcelain. I don't know. It just seems so perfect. It seems so perfect. Everybody is obsessed with this cookware. But can you blame them? Can you blame them? It is, well, I tell you what, that company is having some of their best publicity ever. So let me do this.
TJ Maxx or Ross. Here's what I know is that Le Creuset needs to write this woman a check. Every single girl, gay, and they is about.
Okay, let me start that over. Let me make sure it's loud enough. Okay, I'm going to start it over. Here we go.
Here's what I know is that Le Creuset needs to write this woman a check. Every single girl, gay, and they is about to be crawling through their local TJ Maxx or Ross, hoping to find one of these Le Creuset pieces in a cream or an off-white or some other like neutral earth tone because they saw it on WithLoveMeghan. You know who else needs to say thank you is every single grocery store in the country, especially the person that is in charge of their produce department, because I'm pretty sure that we are all about to like crawl through to chop up one of those crudité platters, because one thing Meghan Sussex is going to do is chop up a cute little crudité platter. Like, look at this fruit platter that she did. Look at this. I want to go have a picnic. It is snowy and nasty outside. I'm still going to have a picnic. I'm going to chop up like delightful little veggies and put together a little platter. I might make focaccia. This show is an entire delight. It is Ina Garten reborn. It is Martha Stewart in her prime. It is like for the people that like the vibe of Gwyneth Paltrow without any of like the weird pseudoscience stuff. This is like Nadia Hussein, you know, like Nadia, like Cooking with Nadia or whatever. Like she won, I think, Great British Bake Off, and now she's got a couple of cooking shows on Netflix. I made one of her choco flans a couple of years ago that I still think about to this day. Like this has all of those vibes. The only people who are mad about this are terrible people. So I will be making this honey lemon raspberry preserve cake this weekend and drinking water and minding all of my business, just like Meghan. This show is great. I would like 12 more seasons immediately. Thank you. Goodbye.
I love it. I love it. What did he say? Every other gay and they are going to be crawling through. I never heard that before. But such is the level of the obsession for the Le Creuset cookware. I don't think I've ever heard of it. I'm sure I've seen it before. It looks very familiar, but I'm just like obsessed with it like everyone else. Well, he can always grab a Cambridge hat or a Cornwall hat or I don't know, maybe a London hat, Windsor, something. But yeah, I think you're right. He's going to start doing some baseball caps. He's got the beard. He's trying to be more rugged and more handsome. And I think that, that would probably help him out. So again, if you want to see any of the videos that he has created, you'd have to go to TikTok to by Don Martin. By Don Martin. Oh, really? Le Creuset prices are already going up on eBay and Poshmark. Oh boy. Well, can't say we're surprised, huh? Oh, Carmen's Place Beauty. What did you say here? Le Creuset has over 300K views on Thread. Wow, I did not know that either. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, it is going to be. Oh, and if you go to Le Creuset website, you could check and see if there's any shops, any of their like outlet stores. They built the last shopping mall that was built in the state of Illinois. It was built in Rosemont near the O'Hare Airport. There's an outlet mall there, and according to what I saw on the website, there is a Le Creuset outlet store at that mall where that's all they sell is their stuff. But they're sprinkled around the country. So if you are interested and you'd like to go to one of their shops instead of someplace else, check it out. You may be able to find one near you. But you got to go fast because every other gay and they. How did he say that? Gosh, that was so funny. Let me see.
Here's what I know is that Le Creuset needs to write this woman a check. Every single girl, gay, and they is about to be crawling through their local TJ Maxx or Ross hoping.
There you go. You got to get there early because, as he said, every girl, gay, and they are. Every girl, gay, and they are going to be there trying to get those that cookware. So, yeah, you got to bust the move. The sooner you go, the more variety they'll have. Let's see. QVC sometimes put a piece on sale with 5 easy payments. Okay. I want the brazier in oyster. There we go. Take a look there. La Creuset gets the royal treatment in Duchess Meghan new Netflix series. Duchess Meghan, aka Meghan Markle. How about Meghan Sussex? Has a new Netflix series about homemaking, specifically in the kitchen. The Duchess's 8 episodes display of best practices for home, from how to make candles to setting up the chicest tea party for your toddler. There is one brand that has been quietly stealing the show, La Creuset. The viral kitchenware brand has been a notable celebrity favorite for years, with Jennifer Garner, Gigi Hadid, and others having been seen using their best-selling products. Now you can catch the brand front and center as Meghan whips up frittatas, pasta, and more. Right now, you can bring the Duchess's favorite cookware into your kitchen for less on QVC. As Hazel just mentioned, on QVC, where they are currently having some incredible markdowns. Plus, if you are a new user, you can save an extra $15 with the code Welcome 15. Okay. So again, La Creuset gets the royal treatment in Duchess Meghan's new Netflix series. How about that? Meghan has La Creuset the day. And this is Homes and Gardens, not Better Homes and Garden, but I think this is a different outlet. I've tracked down all of the elegant kitchen tools Meghan Markle used on her Netflix show, WithLoveMeghan. Here's how to recreate a chic farmhouse vibe. The list contains everything from La Creuset razors to Japanese knives and a $39 coffee maker. Yeah, take a look there. So you got the Bodum Chambord coffee French press. If you've never had French press coffee, it is really, really good. You can really taste that whole bean taste, especially if you use freshly ground coffee. When you put the water just off the boil, you pour the water inside, and then you put the lid on with the plunger. The plunger stays up, and you leave that for, I forgot how many minutes, but not long. And then you press the plunger down. So it doesn't need any paper filter or anything, but the oil from the bean helps to give the coffee a very rich taste. So they have that at Amazon. There is the $368 La Creuset cast iron signature razor in brioche. The Hestan copper bond carpet skillet was $300. Now is $229.95, right? And Wilma Williams Sonoma microplane rasp grater. You may remember Meghan used that for a lemon zester. The Sean Classic Chef knife. I believe that's the Japanese knife. All-clad stainless steel tea kettle. Remember, she poured the hot water on top of the pasta using the tea kettle. And then there's the Vitamixer E10 blender. There's the Artesian Studio handcrafted ceramic bowl. Now, how did they see that bowl? God only knows. And then there's the John Booz and Company Walnut Edge Grain Cutting Board. One of the things that I've wanted to invest in for a long time is a proper cutting board. And I must admit, I'm still using a plastic board. So I'm getting my daily supply of microplastics because of that. So at some point, I do want to graduate to a proper cutting board because it's very rare that I cut raw chicken or, something like that on a cutting board. So um, that's something I want to invest in is a proper cutting board. And there we go. This is from take a look at the date there. And by the way, thank you to Muriel who helped with some of the research. Take a look here. Someone, I don't even remember if this was Muriel or someone else had posted this. La Cruz gift at People Magazine. So this came out in People Magazine. List our purple-hued Provence Dutch oven as a perfect wedding present to give Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And notice that was April 2nd, 2018. So they got married in May, April 2nd, 2018. So I don't know if they were just, riding the coattails of Harry and Meghan's wedding. I don't know if this implies that you should send it to them. I didn't see the whole article or anything or the whole post, but very interesting that this was something that was posted by La Creuset back in 2018, just before the wedding. Yeah, they say that's not healthy, Mary H. They say using the plastic cutting boards is not healthy. But I mean, you don't want to damage your countertops or anything like that. So I try to be very careful how I cut and everything like that. But yeah, it they say it's not good for us. Okay. Yeah, that is nice. You know what? The truth is, I have not seen any color of La Creuset that I don't like. I have not seen one. I think if I had one, I would just like hold it, like sit there at the kitchen table and just look at it because I just love the way it's made. It just has such a heavy, feel to it, I guess, and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things where you just kind of marvel at how they put it together. So there is Meghan using the did they call that what do they call that pan? Yeah, the brazier. Meghan using the brazier. So it is the one, see on the left, the one on the very top shelf, that is the one that she's using. And you can see she has the lid over to her side. They have stainless steel? Oh. I didn't know that there was a stainless steel cutting board. Yeah, now see, I would be kind of nervous about the glass because I'd be nervous about ingesting a piece of it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look and see. Um, I don't want to spend a whole lot on it, but oh, excuse me, it would be nice to have something that and of course, if you have like a nice walnut cutting board, let's go back to that. I mean, you wouldn't mind just leaving that on the counter, instead of like putting it away like the plastic one. Of course, I hide that as soon as possible, but I wouldn't mind just having that just kind of sitting there. Let me see. I think is titanium cutting board. Oh, let me take a look. Titanium cutting board. Ah. It seems like that would dull the knife. It seems like that would really dull your knife. Huh. Yeah, but I do see one that's titanium. And well, I have to think about that. I mean, I don't use it that often, but yeah. I mean, because with the wood, you run the risk of, you know, bacteria and such. You run the risk of that. So that's like the only drawback to using the wood. And then, of course, you could always get two, one for vegetables, right? And bread, and the other for meat, right? You could do that. Have one separate one for meat. And I think what is the best way to clean it? With like a lemon and salt? You can take a lemon and put some salt on the board and some lemon and just kind of you can clean it with vinegar. And then I think you have to oil it. Shouldn't you oil it after you clean it? Oh, I'm still celebrating my baby girl's second birthday. Congratulations. Wow, time is going by so fast. Time is going by so fast. Uh, Slow blue ocean. Oh, that's a person. Ah. Oh yeah, sure is. I just okay. All right. Well, we can oh, this is one of the shops right there. This is what their outlet store looks like. La Creuset. So if you ever have a chance to go, you can look for one on the internet, but they do have the outlet stores. So if you want to go in and see it, you know, up close and personal, if you want to lift it, hold it in your hand, if you want to try to grab it and run up the street like Precious, whatever you're up to, they do have outlet stores. You think so? You think Blanche Hudson is gonna change her name to Sussex now, huh? On set with Meghan Markle, Insider reveals what it was like, what it was really like, rather, working with Love Meghan. Behind the scene on Netflix with Love Meghan, insight for those who worked alongside her. Now that's interesting. Exactly who did they speak to? Who did they speak to? Because as we all know, and as I have said so many times, there are no leaks in Montecito. Oh, by the way, let me see. Who was that? That just reminds me. Um, I'm just going to say the initials MB. Thank you so much for the Cash App earlier. There we go. Yeah, that was hours ago, but I heard the bell. It triggered my memory. So thank you very much for the Cash App. All right. So this article is in People magazine, Meghan Markle's latest chapter is unfolding both on screen and off. As With Love, Meghan debuts on Netflix and her lifestyle brand, as ever, gains momentum. Those who work alongside her share with people what it was like to bring her vision to life. And with a second season already filmed and set to premiere this fall, the Duchess of Sussex is just getting started. As Megan shared with people in this cover story, she envisioned the show as a communal experience where the crew wasn't just behind the camera, but part of the action. She says, I feel as though we're just spending time together, which is what it ended up being. She says of the crew's presence on the series, I like to make recipes and say, everyone try this. And there are certain dishes where you just watch everyone flock in. I'd say we've run out of spoons. It ended up feeling so communal, and that's the spirit of the show. Here's a behind the scenes look at her creative process, on set dynamic, and what really went on behind closed doors. Oh, okay, so this is director Michael Steed, who previously worked on Emmy-winning series Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown, tell People magazine of his role on the show. It was unexpected, but I embraced it. It was a lot of fun. I was always going to be the point of conversion. So she had someone to talk to at all times. So I guess that was his voice that we heard when she was cooking by herself. Yeah, so she always had someone to talk to at all times and make it more conversational and comfortable. But it certainly evolved to where the cameras turned toward me. Steed also had a front row seat to Megan's culinary skills, noting her cooking is pretty spot on. She's not a chef, and it's definitely not meant to make it seem like she is, but there's just a love of cooking that is palpable. And while everyone may have looked flawless on screen, Steed says the team wasn't aiming for perfection. For me, imperfection is a wonderful thing. It was fun watching her trying to get used to the kitchen because it's not her place. So we didn't hide that fact, and she's kind of walking and looking for things, and I really wanted to embrace and celebrate all of the mistakes and mess and all the good stuff. When it came to Megan's presence on set, Steve described her as friendly and approachable, creating a comfortable environment for everyone involved. Meghan has a person, as a person that is totally LA, California through and through, he says. He also learned that Meghan's childhood experiences on set helped her quickly form strong connections with the crew. Her relationship with the crew became really tight fairly quickly. She has an understanding of what it means to be on set. She's connected with the crew more than anyone. Despite the high pressure of shooting, Steve notes that the atmosphere was still chill and fun. Everyone was a pro all the way through. She's a pro, he says. Uh, in between scenes, Meghan would often play music, but Steed's job was to keep things moving along. I was always the one who had to turn the music off. That as my role to keep everything on track. She'd call me Brooklyn Bummer. He says with a laugh. She calls me Bummer. Everyone has their own version of her, but she's just someone who's constantly hustling and working. He adds, I really wanted to create an environment where she could relax, especially given the pressure of that she faces daily. I'm glad we could create moments where she could tap into a different side of herself. Steve's favorite scene to shoot weren't in the kitchen, but rather the ones where Meghan engaged in activities like flower arranging or gift wrapping. Those were the most fun for me, he says. It's where she really got lost in what she was doing and the cameras kind of disappeared. Okay. Well, there's quite a bit more. That was Michael Steed. And let me see. There's also crew member Alice Water. Okay, yeah. So there's some other chapters or paragraphs. I'm going to put the link at the top of the chat for you. So if you want to see that one, if you want to read it, rather, there it is. Let me post that at the top of the chat for you. And let me see, where is that hiding? There we go. I just pinned that at the top of the chat. Okay. It is at the top of the chat. Take a look at it at your leisure. And here's another image of Meghan in... No, wait a minute. That's not the same kitchen, is it? Or is it? Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, that's a different stove because that one, there's no window behind the stove. So where's that kitchen? Wonder if that's for the new season. See how the stove is behind her? Is that right? Or is that just a weird angle? Oh, yeah, there's no window behind the stove there either. So I don't know. Maybe that place has two kitchens. Who knows? Some of those places have two kitchens. Oh, there were two kitchens. One was the craft room where she made candles, and the other was the... Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I just noticed that for the first time. See, you can't get anything past me. The thing is, it might take me about a week to catch up, but eventually I'm going to see it. Oh, thank you, Pamela Vickers Tuttle. All right. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. Now, here's some post. Deepika shared Daniel Martin. It says right here, Daniel Martin watching you on Netflix on my Saturday is so fun and therapeutic. Cannot wait for season 2. And so Daniel shared that, and love you, Deeps. So yeah, Deepika, that is the girl's name, right? Deepika. Okay. And then over here is another Instagram from Daniel. So for all of you inquiring about the La Creuset, everyday pan we use in episode, the link is below. Just being helpful, folks. No kickback for me for sharing the love. Yeah, I haven't used any of those. I haven't linked the product yet. I have not linked the product yet. So just so you know, guys, I may do that in the future, but I'm not sharing these links for profit. I'm just sharing them because if it has to do with Meghan and Harry, then you know I'm going to share it. If it's something I like, I just share it. But I guess it would be prudent in the future to start doing that. But so far, I haven't shared any of these links. Or should I say, I have not profited from the links. Ah, look at that. So Lindsay Rapplinger, she wrote an article in that online, what do you call it? I guess it's an online magazine called The Medium. Yesterday, I shared an article from The Medium, and I shared the sound of someone from The Medium who spoke about Meghan. But yeah, so The Medium, I guess that's a Sussex friendly online magazine. Well, anyway, Megan's pasta dish from With Love Megan is simple and super delicious. We couldn't resist hefty helpings. So apparently, Lindsay has tried that one. And take a look here. This is from someone else whose name I did not share. I want to make the chicken tinga ceviche with halibut and plantain chip. Chef Ramon and Megan did very, very well. So good. And oh my God, I love the Maj Squad with Tracy, Jennifer, and Victoria. Fun, fun, fun. So I suppose that this is a setting that person created. Or is that Megan's? Is that Megan's or is that oh, I don't remember. Okay, I think this is Megan's. But anyway, they shared that photo with the caption. So yeah, I guess that's Megan's right there that we're looking at. But if it's not, gosh, that's super impressive. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. Oh well. Anyway, whoever put it together, that screams welcome to my home. It also screams I put a little work into this setting, so enjoy. Now, look who's back. The Mail on Sunday. Thought TV critics were savage? Meghan? Huh? Wait till you hear what your father has to say. I am just going to guess that this is an article from Carolyn Graham. But you know what? I don't feel so triggered and I don't feel so bad about it because, first and foremost, we know that With Love Meghan has a second season. It's already in the can and it will premiere in the fall. Okay? Also, the desperation of it. With all of the nastiness that came from so many sources all week long, it did not matter. In the end, it did not matter because we enjoyed seeing Meghan. And as they were saying on the Celibacy, that, you know, maybe they can adjust the pacing and the this and the that. But they were also very generous in saying that they don't want to throw out the imperfections for the price of perfection. Meaning, of course, leave certain bits to chance. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater, which I agree. And if you have been watching Royal Sussex for the past few years, one thing that you know is that there are lots of imperfections, false starts. I lose track of what I was talking about. You know, anything can happen, and it usually does. And for those of you that have spent time with Royal Sussex since the beginning or just starting last month, doesn't matter to me. I think after about a month, you pretty much know where my heart is. And I really do appreciate, like yesterday, Oh my goodness. What was it? Like the first 15 minutes of hemming and hawing and me looking and why ain't this working? It was even worse. The first time I went live, it was even worse. Like sometimes I would say for about a whole year, I'd start off and I'm just talking and talking. And I didn't realize the microphone wasn't on, right? Also, speaking of the microphone, have you guys figured out how I fixed the microphone? Remember the microphone kept going out? No one asked me, Baron, how did you fix the microphone? The answer is I didn't. I didn't do anything to it. It just, whatever that thing was, now it's not. And I've been afraid, knock wood, to say anything because I don't want it to start up again. But I didn't do anything. I think it was just a software issue and it worked itself out. And some of you guys are like, oh, it's time to get another microphone. It's time to get another microphone. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the microphone. I figured it was something with the software. And for those of you that were so patient throughout that time and many others, I thank you because it is a lot of work. It is fun work. I enjoy doing it. But I have so much respect for other content creators because when you're doing this, you know what goes in it. And it is a lot of work. So I thought that it was just going to be me saying a few things and then I go lay down or, go in the kitchen and grab a cookie. Well, it's been anything but that. So, but fun. And it's a great creative outlet. Whatever you want to do on a social media platform, it can be a fantastic outlet, especially if it's something that you love to do, or if you want to share something that's interesting to you. It's a wonderful creative outlet. But be kind to your content creator. Don't be so judgmental. And tone really does matter. There's a lot of people that I didn't argue with, I just blocked them because the tone does matter. And you have no idea what a person's day has been like before they sit in front of a microphone. You have no idea of what a person has been going through. So you don't know how they're feeling or anything. But it seems like for some people, the only thing that they know for certain is they want everything to go their way. They want to make sure, like I was looking for Queen Elizabeth. One day I was looking for something about Queen Elizabeth. Someone wrote in the comments, a little less Elizabeth next time. Didn't seem to bother anybody but that one person, but I'm sure she was speaking for several other people. But that person was not speaking for most people. So I think that before you go on the attack or something like that, just consider those things. You never know. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of things have to come together for this to work. A lot of things have to go right for everything to work. I don't usually get upset because, like anything else, more often than not, if I've experienced nothing but success with it, then why would I start doing backflips and having a fit because, okay, one day something went wrong, 2 days, 3 days, a week of something went wrong, but eventually it was fixed. There was nothing else to do but just wait until they sorted out. And they did. So I'm glad that they fixed it. But like I said, I didn't think there was a problem with the microphone. So I appreciate everyone's input, but I thought it was probably a software issue or some kind of programming issue. And that's why we have to update our phones because they work a lot of bugs out of the software. There's a lot of little bugs that pop up and they work it out. Okay, so yeah, um, don't worry about that big fat sloppy Thomas Markle. Don't worry about the daughter of Dixie, Carolyn Graham. Um, it's their desperation. They're trying to make something stick. And they did not get the mileage out of all of the nastiness from this past week. And even before this week, nothing was really working. So this is their default or setting. They go to default, and that is drag out Thomas Markle Sr., right? When things are going too well, you got to bring him out. And then people are going to make the analogy about, well, if you're going to cook a meal for somebody, you should cook something for your father that was so shady and tried to derail your wedding, allegedly, and so on and so forth. Right? Right. That's what they do. So, cheers to Carolyn Graham, the woman who climbed Mount St. Thomas Markle and came down with a personal letter written by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. I couldn't take enough baths to wash that off of me, but apparently some people are in it to win it. Whatever that something is, some people are in it to win it. I'm not going to speculate about how that happened, but as you can see, they're very close. So if you're into big, sloppy, slouchy, nasty individuals, that's on you. Thank you, Legs. Is it Yeti season or is that over? You see that? Well, I don't think Thomas works for free. He might be trying to get some knee money, get that knee straightened out. But like I said, it ain't everybody's taste, but apparently some people are willing to do whatever it takes to get the things out of life they need. Some people are willing to take one for the team. Let me see. Where is my Yeti? Let me find one of my favorite Yeti images. There we go. There you go. Like that hairy beast of the great Northwest, Sasquatch, also known as the Yeti. That mythical creature that only comes out when you expect it the least. And I certainly wasn't expecting it because they've been so quiet lately. You almost forget they're there. Oh, you mean Heather, are you speaking of old Thailand Thomas? Thailand Thomas? Oh man, that poor. You know who else is getting a knee like that? The so-called president of the United States. Did you all see him where he had that kind of wonky looking knee? He was about to take a knee in the worst possible way. Yeah. The so-called president seemed to have a problem with his knee. So yeah, there's a lot of that going around these days, where they have that kind of wonky knee. Okay, let me see. I want to find another one. Okay, there's that one. And of course, I've speculated that Thomas Markle is the love child of Aunt B and Otis the wino. Okay. Since we're on the topic, there you go. See? There you go. There's that weird wonky knee of his. And of course, this is why I call him Mount St. Thomas Markle, that mountain of flesh, that mountain of flesh. Just think, somebody actually climbed that mountain and came down with a personal letter from Meghan. Ugh, yuck. Yeah, what happened to Terrell? Haven't seen Terrell in ages. And of course, there we go. Otis the wino and Aunt B. I tell you, life is not as dull as it seems in Mayberry. Sometimes things can get pretty wild in Mayberry. I wonder if nosy Clara Lawson, remember the neighbor, Clara Lawson? I wonder if nosy Clara Lawson knew about that affair that created Thomas Markle. I think they probably gave him up for adoption. But yeah, you could see the family resemblance. Otis the wino and Aunt B, a night of unbridled passion, their clothes thrown about in reckless abandonment. And 9 months later, yuck. Yuck. Oh well. We all got to come from someplace, don't we? In a wide-ranging interview with Carolyn Graham near his home in Mexico, Mr. Markle revealed the anguish he feels at the thought of never seeing his daughter again. You should have thought about that when you were trying to sabotage her wedding, allegedly. Should have thought about it then. This is interesting. I'll tell you why in a minute. Don't worry, this is going someplace. The royal family. Today on International Women's Day, we are showcasing the royal family's long-standing support for female photographers, which stretch back as far as the advent of photography in the mid-1800s, from Frances Sally Days, photographed Queen Victoria in the 1850s, to Dorothy Wilding, portraits of a young Queen Elizabeth in 1952, and Nigerian photographer Christina Ebenezer's recent portrait of the Duchess of Edinburgh. female photographers have captured members of the royal family in their own unique ways since the art form began. So there's Queen Elizabeth, there's Camilla Godzilla, there's Queen Victoria, pretending to be just a middle-class woman. And there is, oh, is that the Princess Royal? She's not even a queen. Princess Anne. There's Queen Alexandra, probably at the time Princess Alexandra. And there's Sophie Wessex. Okay, that's it. There's no other royals that they want to reflect on International Women's Day. Again, in that royal family channel post on Instagram, they showed Queen Elizabeth, Queen Godzilla, Queen Victoria, Princess Anne, Princess, and then of course Queen Alexandra, and Sophie Wessex. Now you see there, you said that at just the right time. Where is she? And the thing is, she's also supposedly a photographer. Not only is she not mentioned here as a subject, she's not even mentioned as a photographer. So I don't know. That's interesting, isn't it? International Women's Day, and they decided to, I would say, deliberately exclude her from the post. Interesting, isn't it? You know, this is my new favorite photo. You know that, don't you? This is one of those photos that did not make the cut. And I promise you, I have not altered this photo in any way. I have not altered it. That is Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Yep, I have not touched it in any way. That is Kate Middleton. Maybe that's the reason why she wasn't included. Part of the separation deal was a slow phasing out of Kitty. She didn't read the fine print. Ooh. Of course, she saw that she would be given things, but she will never wear a tiara again. You know, that's interesting, Legs. That is interesting because it seems like since that incident where she stepped from the state Bentley, showing all her business, we have not seen her wearing a tiara. And the fact that I still say that this is a thing, it is such a big deal that someone decided to try to correct us by saying, by acknowledging the fact that it was rare and it's going to be the future of things. Remember that? They said that this is a new thing, and so people should get used to it. And that new thing is the fact that the what is that? The chrysanthemum tiara, whatever they call that. The something blossom tiara. They loaned Kate's tiara to Sophie Wessex. I still say that is unprecedented. That is unheard of. When those tiaras are worn by a certain family member, nobody else will wear it. Queen Elizabeth, I don't think she gave Camilla that one big beehive looking tiara to wear. and maybe some other jewelry. But she was not meant to wear anything that the queen would wear on a regular basis. So, yeah. Something is happening. There's a reason why she wasn't there. So, Witless Kitty was never photographed by a woman. I love that, Witless. Maybe that's the point of it. I don't know. But it just seems like since she is supposed to be a photographer of some degree, that she should have been included. But instead, she has been excluded. Or maybe because she's a mean girl and she just probably doesn't want any other women around. Oh, well. Now, I found this randomly while I was prepping for today. Face facts. Sorry, Kate. Meghan Markle is the fairest princess of them all. According to science, and this was in the Daily Sun, this was in Rupert Murdoch's Sun back on March the 9th, 2018. Isn't that something? March the 9th, 2018. According to that science that they use, Meghan, and of course I don't believe in this stuff, but just for fun, let's play with it. According to science, Meghan is the fairest of them all. Kate, not so much. She's lower on the scale of beauty. That's all. Just wanted to share that with you. This doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean, it's not a measure of intelligence or style, which of course Meghan is far superior where that is concerned. Talent, again, Meghan. None of that is measured here. You know, I'm not one to pit one woman against the other. I'm just here to drag some women and not the other. That's all I'm saying. In the big picture, it really doesn't matter. But as we all know, back in March of 2018, they were having the countdown to the wedding. It wasn't until Meghan truly shined within the confines of that family that they really, really had to flip the script. Thank you. Will's in tribute to NHS heroes as he honors their sacrifice. Now, he's trying to look like a statesman, a future king, and all that kind of stuff. But I want you to take a look on the right side. The same people that he decided that he needed to honor because of the way they conducted themselves and the way they helped people during the global pandemic, wasn't he the buffoon that went over to Ireland and was making jokes about it? Remember that? That happened in March of 2020. Look at him right here. He cannot wait to tell his joke, which wasn't even funny. It wasn't even funny. But he could not wait to say something funny. Prince William jokes with medics about spreading of the virus on Ireland trip. Yeah, he could not wait to tell a joke and to try to be funny. And look at the reaction of the people looking at him like, seriously? Seriously. Oh, it was a international story. It was an international story. He made a fool of himself globally. You know, it's one thing if you do something stupid on a local level, but a global idiot, not cute. Chuck the Rex. Have you heard of this, guys? Chuck the Rex. That is a play on King Charles. You know how they say Elizabeth Regina or Charles Rex? Rex, of course, meaning king. Is that Latin for king? And Regina is Latin for queen. So Chuck the Rex. But this is a play on Charles Rex. As you can see, if you want to come to learn how to build and operate me, get in touch. Republic staff is looking for more Chuck volunteers. Chuck the Rex, abolish the monarchy, not my king. So instead of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, it is Chuck the Rex. And so they are putting together, I guess, a mascot for the movement. And anyway, it's a pretty big fella. And let's see, the color is weird, the teeth are jagged, and the crown is unearned. Sounds like Charles to me, because he also has jagged teeth. He also has a crown, and he hasn't earned it. So, yeah, I can see the similarities between Chuck the Rex and Charles Rex, also known as Charles III. There you go. That's pretty much how it's going to appear. But I believe this is a mascot for the Not My King Republic movement. And lastly, this is the last slide I have for you guys. Celebrating International Women's Day every day, someone who has found a way to escape all of the misdeeds of the past, all of the financial problems of the day, someone who has been able to drown their deepest, darkest feelings the only way she knows how. Happy International Women's Day, Carol Middleton, aka the air hostess, someone whose cunning and devious skills has managed to take one of the most mediocre people that have ever drawn a breath. Yes, old jazz hands herself, the mediocre princess, someone who will break out in a Fosse move or someone who will laugh like a hyena, someone who pretends to be the service station windsock. That person, the mean girl, Kate Middleton. Someone who might even actually become queen. That's right. That living mannequin of a princess has been elevated to one of the highest positions in the land because of Carol Middleton. So if there's anyone who should be acknowledged on a day like today, it is that Carol Middleton. Hey, the People's Duchess. Anyway, you guys, I am done. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. I would say probably the safest in all of the Sussex-friendly spaces. Thank you to Church Nellie, Lydia Washington, Cookies and Cream, Adrian Burrow, Anastasia, Elaine Parker, and on occasion, VS Speaks Royally, and someone we heard from yesterday. I haven't seen her in quite some time, Sherry Ware. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm just taking a look at some of your last comments here. But otherwise, we are done. Oh, what is that? Queen Alexandra and Witless both published books of photography. They could have done a post about that to include her. I guess she's out. Out. All right. Well, thank you, Hazel Jones. I knew they could have found a way to work her in there, but they just did not choose to include her. I guess she just wasn't important enough. Esther Ellis, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Okay. Don't forget, you guys, Celibacy was on today. I'm going to grab the link for Celibacy right now. Okay. Okay, that's the link for Celibacy. Oh, let me pin that to the top of the chat. Okay, done. All right, so I just pinned it to the top of the chat again. Is it really 3 a.m.? Wait, it's not daylight saving time, is it? Is it? Wait, how is it 3 a.m.? Is it daylight saving time? Oh, Lord. I just looked at my phone and I'm just like, oh, it's 2:59. I mean, it's 1:59. Oh, Lord. I had no idea it was daylight savings time. Oh, well. You know what this means for tomorrow for me, right? Nothing. Ain't gonna affect my day in any way. But but now some of y'all got to get up that much sooner. I thought somebody had roofied me for a second. Oh, Lex, I thought you were on there. You know what? I think I have a different slide. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. Let me see. I think I'm using one of the old slides. I think that's what happened. Okay, let me see. Ah, you know what? I guess I never put you on there. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Oh, no matter. I'll take care of it. That is so weird. I thought for sure I had you on there. Okay, I will fix that. I cannot believe I didn't know that it was daylight savings time. What the hell? I don't want people to think that I'm on that stuff. Anyway, you guys, again, we are done for today. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. I don't know if oh, let me see. Take a look here. So I think the Lady Sussex will be on tomorrow. Maybe. I hope so. I'm looking to see if she posted anything about tomorrow, but it doesn't say that she won't be there. So that means she probably will. Oh, I'll look forward to it. Uh, I'm fixing it right now, Legs, because you know I forget. I got a bad case of sometimers. Sometimes I remember, and sometimes I don't. So I got a case of what they call sometimers. So I am fixing it right now. No time like the present. So good night, good morning. Thank you. God bless. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. We'll see you next time. Huh. What is it about that that looks kind of weird? Don't know. Legs, I am so sorry. I did not realize that I didn't have you up there. I might have to check into one of them nervous hospitals. Huh. Really? Ain't that something? Hmm. My. Well. Okay. All right, legs. It is sorted. So weird though. I thought I had did that before, but maybe not. Okay, let's see what the new one looks like. It's time for the moderators. 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 Okay. Okay, now let me see here. Mod squad. Oh, that looks good, legs. That looks good. Look at there. It doesn't have that kind. I don't know how I did the other ones where it has that like the way it kind of, you know what I'm saying, has that shadow effect. I don't know how I did that. I might have to do the whole thing over again to make it like the other ones, but yeah, that looks good. Okay. Thank you, Heather Stroud. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. That's a great idea. Keep streaming it. Shift. Yeah, I see what you mean. They are shifty. Yeah, they are shifty. Looks right through your soul, don't they? Yep, quite shifty. I wish that they would do a Lifetime movie about her. You know, she didn't care for the way she was depicted in the Crown. I think it was one of the most accurate depictions I've ever seen. It didn't go far enough. It wasn't as critical as it should have been, but I think they hit the mark with that one. Okay. No Connie Bomber today, huh? Was Connie Bomber here? No, I guess she wasn't. Wow, I didn't see most of the comments today. Oh, I love Kaiser. I love Kaiser. They are so funny. And I don't know which one. Is it Kaiser that has that kind of devilish laugh? When she laughs, it is just so funny to me. But yeah, I love them. Now they're not squatties, you guys. If you've never watched Celibacy or listened to their podcast, they're not squatties. They are journalists. However, they are very Sussex friendly. They have been covering the royals for years, much longer than you know most people that are on the internet right now. So they have been covering them for years. So they know a lot of this stuff from the years of observation and research. Okay. I was 12 here in Vegas. Okay. Oh, just woke up, caught the ending. I'm listening to the whole podcast tomorrow. Love y'all, squatties and Baron. Thank you, Denise Marcus. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Let me know. Let me know because I want to try it. The only thing that I had that was truffle that I know for sure, I'm embarrassed to tell you, but I think it's from China or Japan or something like that. They have a black truffle Lay's potato chip. It comes in a can like Pringles, and oh my God, are they good? Now they're expensive. You get 2 cans for like $20. That includes the delivery. But I saw someone else with it, and I said, okay, I got to try those. Now those 2 cans last me about 2 days. All right, they last me about 2 days, but they are so delicious. But I've never had the truffle oil, so I'm gonna try that. Oh, let me get this monster off the screen. I'm sorry, this mom off the screen. Yeah, let me get this mom off the screen. I have to be respectful. That's somebody's mother. Yeah, that's somebody's mother. I'm going to be respectful because that is someone's mother. Just like as much as I hate to say it, that's somebody's mother. That's somebody that I would look at. I'd be like, oh my God, that's somebody's mom? Really? Yeah, that is somebody's mom. So we have gone from this to this. See there? From this to this. Ah, matter of fact, this one is even more colorful than the other one. I wonder why the other one is so faded. Maybe I'll do a new Mod Squad slide. Maybe that's what I'll do. Might be time to do another one. Or maybe go back to the old format. There. I'll leave it there. It will be a surprise. If I actually do it, that will be a surprise. You know I'll forget. You know I will likely forget, but we'll see. Yeah, it's days like this when I really miss my sister, because my sister was very good about reminding me to do stuff. And she was quite tenacious. She'd stay on your case until you got it done. Huh. My. Well. That's interesting. Had to look at that one again. Okay, are we good? We are good, right? Connie Bomber. Connie Bomber. Let me see. Wasn't there something about Pippa in the news recently? I don't know what it was, but it was something about Pippa wanting to do something with fashion, or I don't know what it was. Or maybe it was, oh, you know what? I think it was an old article that someone had shared. And I'm just like, don't nobody want to see Pippa flexing? I want to see her flexing and stretching and stuff. Anyway, I don't want to see it. Oh, so sweet. Oh, are you feeling okay? I hope you're feeling okay. Oh, I wonder where they were. I mean, I'm guessing that's a boat. Sivy, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Not, oh, my phone thought I was talking to it. It says, you're welcome. uh, oh, well, you know what? If Harry walks into, yeah, I need for Harry and Meghan, when they go over there for Invictus, I need for them to do that when they walk into the arena for Invictus. Dun 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 dun. As a matter of fact, if Meghan could wear that green cape dress, right? That would be cool. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I think it really affects the psyche for those left behind royals that Meghan will not mention them, is not going back over there. I think that kind of messes with them. You know, that need for people to um, allow themselves to be subjugated by them and looked down upon by them. They have that need for people to kiss up to them, and people who don't do it, they cannot stop thinking about them. That's why it's so important that you have the president of the United States come to the state dinner and all that stuff. And everything to do with the royals, it seems like there's this big fixation over whether or not people, especially famous people, are giving them the attention they feel they deserve. Like when Kate invited Dolly Parton to come and visit her, and Dolly Parton was like, I come to work. I ain't have time. Maybe some other trip. You do not know how much street cred Dolly Parton got from that. And the fact that Dolly Parton is the one who mentioned it. It wasn't the palace leaking it. Dolly Parton was like, can you believe they wanted me to come over there? Maybe some other time. I had to work. I'm here to work. She made it a point to say that she was working and didn't have time for it. And that is why I love Dolly Parton. They say Dolly Parton is a billionaire. I could believe that. But I tell you, she's one of my favorite people. California. Oh, they were together for 60 years. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I guess they were. I mean, they've been together since the 50s. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. Very cool. Huh. I want to make it, but I'm going to wait until I can use Megan's products. So I want to use the honey, right? She used the honey and the raspberry spread. I want to wait until I could do that. And I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm just saying to myself, do I want that pan? Do I want that pan? The the brazier, what is it, brazier pan or whatever? Do I want that? You know, it's just a way to feel close to Meghan. As corny as that sounds, but I am very serious. It is a way to feel kind of close to Meghan, having that pan. Not to mention that it's a quality piece of cookware. I mean, I would definitely use it a lot. But let me think about it. Do you guys want to do this one again? I had fun with this one. Somebody cut that lady a check. Really? You know what, Hazel Jones? You're just like me. I will have something on my list for years. For years. And it's no less satisfying if I wait years before I get it or if I get it next month. But when I want something, I want it and I will wait. You know, something I have been wanting for ages and I never could justify actually buying it. And that is the iPad, because I know if I get one, I want the biggest one that they have, right? The only thing is it overlaps with the computer and your cell phone or mobile phone. So do I really need it or do I just want it? Because mostly I would use it to do exactly what I do with my phone, and that is look at uh, television or YouTube while I'm cooking or washing the dishes or something. So I don't really have a practical use for it. So that's why I never got one. So I want one, but I don't need one. But if I do get one, I'm going to want the best that you can get. And I'm going to want the biggest screen possible. So I'm just like, nah, I don't want to get something like that. But it's been on my list for a long time. And who knows, maybe in the future I will. But yeah, I can have something on my list for a long time and just never get it. And then one day, when the circumstances are right, and that is such a satisfying thing, gives you something to look forward to as well. Let me see. I never used my computer when I bought the iPad at the same time. Yeah, and see, I need the computer more than I need an iPad because I'm doing work on the thing on the computer. So I could not see why some people would have both, but um, it would be nice. Ah, is that right? Well, I think that the amount of viewers, per capita, the amount of viewers for the Cook Show was probably greater in the UK than it was in the US. That's per capita. I think it was probably more people viewing in the UK than probably any place else. And that's what Ted Sarandos was saying, is that whether you love him or you hate him, you're still watching. Everything that Meghan and Harry does performs extremely well in the UK. No matter what they say, it performs extremely well. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to think about it. What was the last thing that I got that was on my list for a long time and I didn't get it? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Oh, the office chair. Remember the office chair? And then when I finally opened the one that I had for about a year, it wasn't good and I had to get rid of it and buy another one just like the one I had before because it's more comfortable. But remember, I had that chair for a whole year and didn't even open it. And I was contemplating buying a new one a year before that. So yeah, I will drag something out for sure. I will drag it out. Oh, okay. Now, um, when I travel, when I take my DSLR camera, oh, that's another one. I want to get another camera, but the one that I have is still working. So, you know what I mean? But I want the one that has the screen that can flip, so you can like take pictures without holding the camera up to your face and everything. The one that I have now, it has a screen on the back that's like, fixed to the back of the camera. But I want the kind that you can flip around and everything. And plus, the one that I have is already at least 11 years old. I think I've had this camera for like 11 years. So and it does not connect to the Wi-Fi. It does not have GPS. It's a lot of things that it does not do. It doesn't connect to the phone. All of those things. It does not connect to my phone. So I really want one, but I will probably put off getting a new one for quite some time. Yeah, that knowing me, it will be a few years before I get another one. So yeah, that's something that's on my list. I haven't even picked out a model to replace the one I have, but still takes beautiful photos. But I just I want the connectivity to my phone, and I want a camera that has the GPS, because when I'm looking for like photos that I've taken in other regions or other countries, it's kind of difficult for me to find the photo because it doesn't have the GPS. If it had the GPS, I could just search it on my photo files by its location, by the street, and everything. So that was available at the time, but it just was not included with the camera that I have. But now it's pretty standard. So I would definitely look forward to a new one for that. But right now, I don't use the DSLR often enough to justify buying another one. So that's why I'll just hang on to this one for now. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Oh, okay. Oh, are you talking about the ones that I was looking at yesterday? I got some Rachel Ray, the Rachel Ray plates and bowls. I I think I got those with some I think they were doing the savings stamps at the grocery store. And if I recall, I think that's how I got that. And then also I got the Cuisinart stainless steel. I think it's Cuisinart stainless steel saucepan and roasting pan. And when I was trying to cash in, this was so cool. When I was trying to cash in the you got to put the sticker in the book, and then you take that to the grocery store when you get enough. I had just enough for one or the other. And while I was standing there looking at all of that stainless steel cookware, some lady walked up behind me and she said, do you have enough stickers? She said, I have some stickers. I'm not going to use them. She said, you're welcome to them. I said, really? So she gave me some of her stickers, and I was able to get 2 pieces, the saucepan and the roasting pan. Wasn't it nice? Just out of the blue, she gave those to me. And I was able to get both. There are still good people in this world. But I like stainless steel accessories and stuff. I really do. One of the squatties bought me the stainless steel bowls. You know how it has the double wall, so the bowl is insulated? Yeah, I got some stainless steel bowls. When I make my ramen, I use that for my ramen. Oh my God, I cannot believe it's almost 4 a.m. I don't like this time change. I didn't have time mentally to prepare for it. That's what I don't like about it. It just kind of snuck up on me. Okay, let's listen to what's his name? Don Martin, by Don Martin. Let's listen to him again. I thought he was funny.
One of these Le Creuset people. Here's what I know is that Le Creuset needs to write this woman a check. Every single girl, gay, and they is about to be crawling through their local TJ Maxx or Ross, hoping to find one of these Le Creuset pieces in a cream or an off-white or some other like neutral earth tone because they saw it on WithLoveMeghan. You know who else needs to say thank you is every single grocery store in the country, especially the person that is in charge of their produce department, because I'm pretty sure that we are all about to like crawl through to chop up one of those crudité platters, because one thing Meghan Sussex is going to do is chop up a cute little crudité platter. Like, look at this fruit platter that she did. Look at this. I want to go have a picnic. It is snowy and nasty outside. I'm still going to have a picnic. I'm going to chop up like delightful little veggies and put together a little platter. I might make focaccia. This show is an entire delight. It is Ina Garten reborn. It is Martha Stewart in her prime. It is like for the people that like the vibe of Gwyneth Paltrow without any of like the weird pseudoscience stuff. This is like Nadia Hussein, you know, like Nadia, like Cooking with Nadia or whatever. Like she won, I think, Great British Bake Off, and now she's got a couple of cooking shows on Netflix. I made one of her choco flans a couple of years ago that I still think about to this day. Like, this has all of those vibes. The only people who are mad about this are terrible people. So I will be making this honey lemon raspberry preserve cake this weekend and drinking water and minding all of my business, just like Meghan. This show is great. I would like 12 more seasons immediately. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. So again, by Don Martin is available on TikTok. Yeah, he is available on the TikTok. Ah, they officially reported it. It was even on BBC. They said they know it's because of Meghan, because people were shopping for ingredients off her show, like truffles and edible flowers. There you go. Thank you for sharing that. I wonder if I should wait for Elaine Parker, because let me see what time it is in the UK. Her bladder should be going off pretty soon. Oh, 8:43 a.m. She probably already made a run and went and got back into bed. So yeah, you could set your watch by it. You could set your watch by it. I'm gonna wait for Megan. I mean, I want to try them sooner, but I'm gonna wait. Oh, you don't want to have arms like Pippa and Kate? If you lift up that La Creuset, you're gonna have arms like Pippa and Kate. Hi Ella Parker. Thank you so much for joining us. Mm-mm. I tell you guys, what's her name? Got in. Hey, Sussex Riviera. Ah, wow. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. I want to make the cake, the honey lemon raspberry. Isn't that something? Because of Megan, the sale of edible flowers has gone up. I only associate edible flowers with like a Michelin star restaurant. I've never actually seen anybody use it just for color or anything like that. So I would have never tried it because I would have thought, no, I don't know what kind of flowers are toxic. I won't try that. I won't try that. But and then it was just off my radar. But you know who else had a gift like that? Oprah. Oprah had a gift for marketing. Like my camera, I got the Nike and what a Nikon rather. Um Nikon DSLR. What number is that one? D3200? Yeah, I think it's the D3200. Why did I get that camera? Because I saw it on Oprah's favorite things. And they promised that the camera would give you professional photos, even if you're an amateur photographer. The beauty of it is you can just aim and click and get some amazing photos. Very user friendly. So that's why I got that model. And it took me over a year to get it. Are you listening, Hazel? It took me over a year because I pondered, I thought about it, I put it on the list. Am I sure I really need this? Am I going to get this? Do I want it? How bad do I want it? When am I going to use it? And then finally, I made the commitment and I got it. And I don't regret it because I took some amazing photos with that. Um, at at one of my jobs, when I had first got the camera, I was snapping pictures of everything and everybody. And one of my coworkers passed away, and the photo that they used at the company that everybody was like, "Wow, that's a great photo." I took that photo with my camera at the Christmas party, and that was like everybody's favorite photo of that person. So that right there, the camera paid for itself. Hmm. I want to make that olive lemon cake that Oprah made for those ladies that time. I'd like to make that one too. Oh, okay, great. I didn't realize, but thank you. You know, that is probably so true. That is probably so true, Connie Balmer. I believe there's a lot of people that um, will not publicly or socially admit how much they like Meghan, and especially some of those paid assassins that work for the tabloids, um, because they have that tribalism going on in their field. They, you know, started singing a different tune overnight, which is a real shame. Right. Well, I did the same thing with the air fryer. I was in the process of buying an air fryer for about 5 years, and my aunt was going to buy one for me. And at the last minute, I said, "Ah, I think that'll take up too much of the counter." So I didn't get it. And I would go to Costco, and I kept seeing them at the Costco. No, 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 no. And I think I got an amazing deal on it when I finally bought it. Maybe they saw me coming and lowered the price just so that I would stop looking at it. But then I got it, and you know, in between, um, I was using a used air fryer, which was very small, out of date. But I used that one to decide whether or not I really wanted it. And I used it for a while, then I just stopped using it. And I knew that if I was going to use one again, I wanted something bigger and more modern with, you know, the touch button and everything instead of twisting a knob. So I did finally get another one, and I'm glad I got it. But I was about 5 years shopping for an air fryer and trying to decide whether I really wanted one. Yeah, they probably used her recipes. uh, I don't know, Marshar. I'm gonna imagine that whether or not she'll be a nicer person remains to be seen. Yeah, that's you know, I hope for her sake, I hope she finds happiness and she could leave Harry and Meghan alone. It's got to be exhausting to that look on your face every day and pretend like you're angry about something that does not even concern you, because I don't think most of those people care what Meghan and Harry do. They're just there for the money.
That King Charles may never be Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Is he being selfish? Prince Harry. Prince Harry.
There you go. There you go.
Prince Harry.
Yeah, there you go. What a set of choppers. I know, like something just sat up at the funeral home. Like something just sat up at the funeral home, just sat up. But at least she toned down the gold eyeshadow. Ooh, okay. You're ready. Yeah, I got to do the focaccia bread. I don't know where to go for the recipes. I know that Celibici, they said that if there was any, they named a few things that they hope would improve, and that they were very glad that Meghan is on social media more often. And, well, that she's on social media, but they were saying that the recipes should be more readily available. She said she had to do some digging to find it. That's the stuff that they can work out, you know, whenever they work it out. But, it is something to consider, is that when you want to make it, you want the recipe. $17 years? 17 years in the Crossbar Hotel?
Prince Harry.
Well, I hope they're happy together. Commissary. Maybe she was sending commissary. Yeah, a smooth criminal. I haven't had sushi in a while. Yeah, I haven't had sushi in a while. I have sushi probably about every 2 months. I have my sushi in about every 2 months. I can't remember the last time. I think it was about 2 months ago. So maybe I'll do my sushi next week. Well, this will be a little appetizer for a little while. I think it'll calm her down for a while. After the wedding, after the shine has kind of washed away, then she'll probably she'll probably go back to be a nana. But yeah, some people are never satisfied. I like animal food cookie to Chris. I like my animal food cooked to your animal food cooked to a crisp. No sushi for me. Oh, okay. I've made sushi before. I bought the seaweed wrap. I made the sticky rice. So I have made sushi before, but it's an investment getting all of the ingredients to make it like they do at the restaurant. It's an investment. And for something that I eat about every 2 months, I would rather just get it from the restaurant. I don't do any of the raw fish though. I have a preference for crab and shrimp. Or I'll eat the vegan rolls, but I don't do the raw fish. Is that right? I kind of remember that, but then again, I don't. So, yeah, I kind of remember that, but then at the same time, I kind of don't remember it. Speaking of nacho, yeah, there you go. Speaking of nacho, well, I tell you, if Nana wants to elevate her relationship, she needs to try some of those recipes, try some of those presentations. That will help to elevate. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what she has now, but you can always elevate. But what we can really look forward to is that maybe in the future, Meghan will travel and go on location somewhere. We can always look forward to that. Oh, I remember. I remember that. I remember. Yes, I remember. I remember. Okay. I'm looking at all of my nacho stuff. I'm trying to see if I can find the because I want to say that the tabloid folks had said something about it at the time. Yeah, when they were having their meltdown about the jam, I believe somehow the doggy treats got mixed in with that too. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. I remember now. Okay, let me go back to April 2024. I'm gonna go back and take a look and see if I could see the if I could see those treats. Okay, so far I don't see it, but I do remember it. I do remember it, and I know that I saw it with whatever she had gave to uh, Nacho and the family, or to them. Maybe I just didn't save it, but I know I remember it. And I remember seeing it in a jar. And if you really want to impress somebody, if you really want to make a good impression, going that extra step, no matter what you do, is special. But that you would go and make treats for somebody's dog, I mean, homemade treats, that is really thoughtful. That is super thoughtful. Got it. Got it. There we go. Okay. Okay. It was in an article. I'm going to show it to you right now. Meghan is also delving into dog treats. Yeah, and it was for Nacho and his family. Okay. Wow, they know they can get up in Meghan's business, or at least they try to get into her business. Oh yes, it was Nacho and Delphine. Well, it was Nacho, the one that posted the picture of the dog with the treats. Yeah, absolutely. That was Nacho. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, there's one. And I got another one. Yeah, there you go. Dog biscuits. Wow. And how long ago was that? That was uh well, yeah, that was June of 2024. So 9 months ago when they recorded it. There you go. So now we know that some of the jam was handed out or gifted in person. Now we know. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. I do apologize. That had to be very jarring for you. That I'll try not to make that mistake again.
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help! Harry, is it being selfish? Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
And that is what you call a drama mama. Yeah, that is what you call a drama mama. A first rate drama mama. Yep, a first rate drama mama. They don't come more dramatic. Mm. Okay, folks, let's call it a night. again, love you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Thank you to the moderators and to everyone who has a membership. Let's see. Okay. And we're out of here. Don't forget to hit the like button.